I am about done having my intelligence insulted on a daily fucking basis. Someone in my comments just told me that they released text messages. Not in my wildest dreams could I have imagined how stupid this would be. It's like they're not even trying. What are we doing at this point? They want us to believe that Tyler Robinson texts his trans roommate, "Drop what you are doing, look under my keyboard." And I guess this is the forensic evidence, the forensic evidence that Kash Patel had, that this letter existed. When the roommate looked under the keyboard, there was a note that allegedly read, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm gonna take it." This is a future note, right? I'm going to get to it, but we're to believe that he left that note for his roommate to find after the fact, right? So that he could text him this without saying the words via text message. He can just look at the note. Shouldn't it say, "And I took it," not "I'm going to take it"? Shouldn't it say, "I took it"? If this was his clever little way of not texting it, and then by the way, then he goes on to give details about what he did. What was the point of this note? This non-existent note. What happened? They teased to the American public that there was a note, it's no longer there, but we have forensic evidence and we believe that it did exist, but it's been destroyed, but we're going to take that as a confession. They teased that to the public, and the public was like, "The fuck are you talking about?" So then they fabricate this string of text messages referencing the fucking note. What are you doing? This is embarrassing. We're being overrun and taken over and subjugated and by people that aren't even smart. What is this? You don't have to be smart to be completely fucking evil, I guess. But anyway, let's go. What? You're joking, right? And then here's the best part. "I am still okay, my love." What? "But I am stuck in OREM," I don't know what that is, "for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home. But I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I'd hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I'm sorry to involve you." The fuck are you talking about? You left a fucking note under the keyboard, I thought. What the fuck secret were you trying to keep until you were old age? What the fuck are you talking about? Sorry. "You weren't the one who did it, right?" Wow, what an efficient question to ask. Perfect for use by the FBI and law enforcement. Cut right to the chase, roommate. Get him to confess to something. If this wasn't clear enough. I'm sorry. Got the confession. Is the trans roommate a Fed? God damn. I thought they caught the person. No, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. Why? Why'd you... Hold on. They're forgetting that they've released to us footage of a guy in multiple different outfits. And we know that they're taking that into consideration because later in this text thread, he references his change of clothes, his outfit change, sorry. But given the fact that we've seen this footage, we've all already determined that there's no rifle that we see being dropped from the fucking the roof. We don't see him walking across to the wooded area holding a rifle, which would lead one to believe that he broke the rifle down. If we're going to believe this story at all, we would have to believe that he broke the rifle down and then he took it to the wooded area, put it back together, wrapped it in a towel and left it behind. And now he's trying to go back to get it. The fuck are you talking about? Literally, who do we have in charge? They can't even fucking come up with something that makes any kind of sense. Why? Why'd I do it? Yeah, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. The fuck are you talking about? This section of society that he was a part of, that they're acquiescing he was a part of, was more right than Charlie Kirk. They didn't think that he was hateful enough. What the fuck is this sweet effort at making him seem like he was a liberal? It's just so fucking dumb. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. So why'd you leave it? You broke it down and then you put it back together before you made your getaway. For what fucking reason? Oh, I know. Didn't fucking happen. If I'm able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. This is a fucking joke. How long have you been planning this? Okay, Fed. They were able to squeeze all of this whole confession, the why, the how, the who, the what, in 2 screenshots. So efficient. A bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there is a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. They're trying to fill in gaps. How to get away? This is so fucking stupid. I'm so angry reading this because it's so fucking insulting. Anyway, I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. DJ Hungry Human said, this fucking kid, this 22-year-old furry aficionado would not be calling his dad old man. And she's right. He would be calling his dad by his first name before he'd be calling him my old man. That's boomer language. Maybe Gen X language. I've never said my old man in my life. I'm a millennial. Gen Z is saying my old man? Prove it. This is so fucking dumb. Blah, blah, Grandpa's rifle. I don't even know if it had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace me. I worry about prints I had to leave in a bush where I changed outfits. Like, they're just getting out all the stuff. Any questions you guys might have had, we're just gonna answer it in these fucking fabricated text messages. You guys were talking about the different clothes, and then you were saying, oh, he had time to change clothes. Well, look, yes, he did have time to change clothes, because look, he even mentions it to his lover. So fucking stupid. Didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon something. Hope they don't find prints. How the fuck will I explain losing it to my old man? That's another one. Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel after I reassembled it for some fucking reason. But apparently he was making a beeline to his car, had to stop to reassemble. Remember? Sorry, I forgot about this. Really just trying to hit all the fucking questions people had. Remember how I was engraving bullets?
Oh, I thought this guy didn't know anything about this plan, but he remembers when you were engraving bullets? Just for funsies?
The fucking messages are mostly a big meme. Why would you need to be explaining that to your furry boyfriend? What? Or girlfriend? I don't know. This person doesn't exist, so I'm not misgendering anyone, okay? Why are you having to explain the messages are mostly a big meme? Yeah, we all learned that. We all learned that in the course of the last week. Are these text messages so that you can explain that information to the people that are still watching like Fox News and shit? If I see notices bulge ooh woo on Fox News, I might have a stroke. All right, I'm gonna have to leave it. That really fucking sucks. Judging from today, I'd say Grandpa's gun does just fine. I don't know. I think that was a $2,000 scope. Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? And then he goes on about how Grandpa wants to know who has what, and they just released photos. Since Trump got into office, out of nowhere, non sequitur, since Trump got into office, my dad has been pretty diehard MAGA.
So is he.
What? These people. I'm gonna turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors here is a deputy for the sheriff. What? I thought he confessed to his dad and then his dad made him turn himself in. What? You are all I care about, love. Or does it say worry about? You are all I worry about. The numbers right on the thing. I'm much more worried about you. And then he says, I can't see behind the thing, but it's basically like, don't talk to anyone. Don't take any interviews or comments. If any police ask you questions, ask for a lawyer, stay silent. Someone who's thinking about that decided to put his entire confession. What the fuck? This was the most efficient. Let's just hit up all of the things that people have been talking about on social media this week. Let's answer all of the questions everyone's got. Let's bring the furry angle in. Make sure that from these text messages, it's clear that they're in a romantic relationship. We'll have the one guy saying, my love, you're all I worry about. We'll get the why. Well, why'd you do it? And then we gotta have the guy spill the beans, but we'll forget that kids don't say my old man. This is the dumbest shit I've seen since the other manifesto. They didn't want to do a manifesto this time because they knew we were going to make fun of them. So they gave us this instead. Please try harder. This game is getting boring.